Welcome to the Hawaii Keiki Museum. Aloha! Sorry guys, I haven't been able to get any videos out, so we're going to try this for a while. You're probably watching me driving past all these lava fields. I know sometimes it doesn't look like much, it's just sort of scrub brush and looks like dirt, but this is actually all rock. So this is raw lava that's very young. Hasn't had time to break down and turn into any kind of dirt. Well, that's quite enough of that.
Why are you scared? You can get down?
Let's talk about the Teeter Totter. The Teeter Totter's been a project that's been worked on for some time. It was just sort of envisioned as a side project. Build something fun that the kids don't always have access to.
Get down.
We wanted it to be big, something where the kids can weigh themselves against their friends and Teeter Totter. Gary Fuji, Garage Monkey-san on YouTube. Subscribe to his channel if you haven't already. He has a lot of great shorts. If you want to get ahead of these videos and see what's coming, subscribe to that channel. He put together the base, a nice sturdy H-frame. The Teeter Totter's about 10 feet long. It's a nice wide 6-inch board, very comfortable. He primed the whole thing and put a half of a rubber tire on the bottom of each one, so when you hit the ground, you don't slam into it like we all remember. When he realized the center H frame was the letter H in our initials, he went ahead and made each of the handles on the ends the other letters in our initials. So it's a one-of-a-kind HKM Teeter Totter. It's really cleverly done.
No hands.
Go ahead.
No hands. No legs.
And then Noah Brown, our artist in residence, who helped us a lot in the early days. He helped us get murals on the wall. He does a lot of art, and he makes greeting cards that we sell in our gift shop. He has a special affinity for sea creatures, so he put a different one in each of the segments of the Teeter Totter. You can see the octopus is even holding on to the handle. His arms are wrapped around it in a beautiful way. The kids really enjoy the Teeter Totter. Even before it was finished like this, even back when it was just primed and not painted yet, they would always spot it in the back being worked on and ask if they could give it a try. We always had a lot of playtest or volunteers. When the painting was completed, Darren put a shellac coat on it, gave it a nice glossy finish that's easy to clean.
What did you do last time, Keegan, when you were neck to neck with it? What did you do to make it heavier on your side?
The segments make it really clear that when you change the fulcrum like this, you have to load it differently. One of the considerations we were worried about was the height of it. With a long fulcrum like this, we weren't sure if some of our youngest visitors would be okay with how high it goes. So we thought maybe we should put some extra legs underneath so that it couldn't go to its full height but only do a little teeter back and forth. Okay. And we thought this might be a good solution, but when we put it out on the floor, it became very clear the kids didn't know what the legs were for, and they were frustrated that the Teeter Totter wouldn't teeter all the way. We don't change the fulcrum like this to make one lever arm much longer very often. This is just a guided exercise for demonstrating purposes.
You're fine to go through.
For general use, we leave it in the center position and let the kids find their own balance, sitting in the different segments. It's really special to see some of the older kids, like you'll get 2 8-year-olds sitting on it, having a whole conversation, back and forth, and they'll spend half an hour on the Teeter Totter. It really ticks some boxes for us that it's both engaging in a long-term sense and it's cooperative. The first place we tried putting it was in the baby pen because it's padded really well. We wanted to make sure that if anybody did fall, they would have good padding. The Teeter Totter's been out on the floor for general use for some time now. And the first couple of days, we did have some parents with some apprehension. They weren't sure if their kids were going to be able to navigate this or be careful about it. One thing that was really interesting to see was that the kids that know how to do it show or they demonstrate to the new kids. So a kid comes into the museum may never have seen a teeter-totter before
Well,
or know how to
careful.
use it,
You're right.
but they do learn immediately, looking at other kids using it, what needs to happen. The teeter-totter's not going to stay in the baby area. There's a new exhibit that's going to be moving into that area. So the teeter-totter's going to have to find its own home with some padding underneath it elsewhere in the museum for the long term. What we wound up needing to do was remove this playhouse that had been there for some time, and the teeter-totter took its place. That's the story of the teeter-totter. It really was a community effort with so many people coming together to build it, to make it come to life.
Traditional way to
Oh yeah. Okay. Oh no, we're not building a piano anymore.
Right.
We're just gonna put it together.
Okay.
It doesn't need, yeah.
All right.
Normally you would step one in here to come up, and the other would be sister to it,
Yeah.
but it's not.
Yeah, but this will be.
It's gonna be fine. We're gonna have.
This will be the only support here.
No, we'll have to connect from here to there somehow. Well, you'll be here to there,
Right.
and once you get your siding on there, it's all gonna go.
So please
Siding
let
on
me
both sides, right?
apologize again
Yeah.
for not getting these videos out on time. There's been so many things happening at the museum, from receiving new inventory, fixing exhibits that were broken and smashed. One of our favorite exhibits, the water table, had suffered some leaking, and we wound up having to strip it down, reseal it, repaint it, and reseal it. Once we had done that, we had an opportunity to rethink about what we wanted to put in it. This summer, we've been running camps with a number of the Keiki. One of the camps was an introduction to computer programming, and another of the camps was advanced game design. We've also been working on trying to repair some equipment that we never got working. All of these sorts of things and all of these new exhibits will be in upcoming videos. And I'm sorry for the footage of me driving at the beginning of this episode.
What's the trick?
We'll try that one more time with a better microphone, but I'm not holding out too much hope that it's going to work well. We'll see.
How much pressure are you putting on it?
Pretty good. Maybe 3 pounds. Trying to roll all angles. You don't want to say go back and forth. Sometimes we can. Sometimes we can't.
What grit is this right now?
100.
Mahalo, aloha, shaka.